And happy Thursday evening to all you fine folks out there on the World Wide Web, tuning in on Facebook and on YouTube. It's Thursday Night Live. It is July the 18th of the year 2024, and you are in tune to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live and in color. No need to adjust your television set. No need to adjust your computer. No need to change the channel unless you happen to not subscribe to Common Sense, conservative Judeo-Christian principles, and common sense thinking. But if you do, you're at the right place, and you're going to hear things that you only hear right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live on Thursday night. And we're coming to you live tonight, right here, studio at Enterprise, Georgia, studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and our studio at turn number 3 at the old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama, live all across the great United States of America. Man, every time that theme song comes on and it gets to that national anthem and Old Glory goes to waving, man, it just makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. Man, oh man, how it touches my heart. We're coming to you live in foreign countries where it is legal and illegal for the Dirt Road Sports and Charlie Platt to broadcast. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and coming to you loud, proud, every Thursday night in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. Big salute to all of our viewers up in the Baker County and Cheevertown area tuning in live tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the truth and nothing but the truth. Things that you will only hear right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. You cannot hear them on any of the major news networks, nor can you find them anywhere else on all of social media. But as I said before, if you don't subscribe to Common Sense, conservative Judeo-Christian principalities, and good old common sense thinking, you probably want to go ahead and turn us off and find you something to watch other than this tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to you live tonight on a big screen. Very first time we've had this gentleman advertiser. He's got us on 116.9147 and 1/32 inch television screen in diameter tonight. We are live at Bears. Live at Bears. Bears, bikini waxing and weed eater repair.
Yeah.
He don't need that weed eater, does he, on the bikini waxing?
You could. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I reckon that's why he got both businesses there. Bears, Botox and implant removal.
Woo.
Bears, all you can eat Blue Jay etouffee. Bears, bird dog crematorium and taxidermy. And Bears, Brazier Emporium for extra large men in Boykin, Georgia.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Boykin's right up the road from here, child. Right up the road from Carver. Between here and El Dorado. Man.
Blue Jay what now?
What is he in that trailer park? Is he playing in that trailer park? That high-end trailer park down there in Boykin.
Yeah, the Blue Jay etouffee, kind of like crawfish etouffee, except they use Blue Jay in it.
Oh.
I ain't never thought of Botox and implant removal. I never thought about that.
How do you remove Botox?
I don't know.
The only way I know them is cut their lips off.
Yeah. And but Bear can take care of it. Whatever it is, Bear can take care of it. And all your bikini waxing and weed eater repair needs, just go by there and see Bears in Boykin, Georgia.
You reckon, Floyd, you reckon if they took the Botox, had a way to remove it from Uncle Joe's face, what it would look like if they took the Botox out of what he had done there?
Hey, Lord, I bet if he had one more skin graft, if he has one more facelift, he gonna be wearing a bow tie full time.
Woo!
Lord hell. Well,
And,
boys,
hey, he gonna be wearing what look like a slum chitlin the whole time.
the turkey neck.
Chitlin tie.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
ahead.
hey guys, I missed y'all last Thursday. Was on the road to Atlanta, but man, has there a lot happened since last Thursday night? Son,
What? Did you get enough? How much money did you make up there in Dawsonville?
I wasn't in Dawsonville. I
Oh
You
yeah,
heard.
was
you. Oh yeah, you were.
you wasn't
Well,
watching.
I couldn't tell y'all where I was. I had a Thursday night performance up there. I saw they put the picture of me up there. And,
Mhm.
You'd be a good opening act for what I'm gonna go see next weekend in Phoenix City, Alabama.
what is that?
Oh, well, I guess the last country music show
Oh,
that's out there on the road,
Ricky Skaggs.
and Kentucky Thunder.
I thought it
I
was
mean,
Say Floyd, Dickie doing the don'ts.
no,
Dickie
they
Doing
ain't.
Jones is gonna be the opening act. Mhm.
No. Let put the picture of me and the gentleman up. Let me tell you this: we've got him coming on with us in a week or two. He's going to be from the studio at KW Keene's home. We're talking about the legendary Bill J. Moody from WBAM, and he'll tell us a little bit about what things were like in the 1960s in radio in Montgomery, Alabama. You listened to him, didn't you, Floyd?
Well, man, listen, when we could pick him up, Bill J. Moody at WBAM on your dial, AM dial. They'd have them big bam shows over there. All those shows with all them stars coming in there. Billy Joe Royal and Joe South, and I just after one right behind another one, man. They'd have 10 or 15 lined up to do a show on one night over there at the Coliseum in Montgomery, Alabama.
And old Lightning Lou Christie was on
Lightning
every
Lou.
one of them.
Yes, Lou'd be that.
But he's going to come on with us. And here's another one. We're going to get to the big news. I'll get this out of the way before I forget it. Had a chance to hang out with my buddy Ron Fuller. He's not in this picture, but Scott Armstrong next to me, David Summers of radio fame, and then of radio fame, and Elvis. There's Jerome Jackson. We had a good time last Saturday night catching up on visiting at a little function they had up in Ozark, Alabama. Enjoyed seeing all those guys. Had a good time.
Jerome sang the national anthem, didn't he?
He did, but let me tell you how that happened. David and his wife Carol and I were eating at the grill in heaven before we were going to go to Ozark to this show. And KW King called my phone, and I gave it to David because we've all worked together in radio. And he answered it. And through KW, all KW was trying to tell us that something had happened. About that time, everybody started going toward one of the TVs on the wall. And then everybody was asking, please change our sports channel to Fox News. And it was on then. And I mean, that was a very, very sobering moment for everybody in there that had a brain at all. I mean, it was just, it was something that I'll always remember where I was, and then finding out information a little bit at the time. And it was, if anybody doubts that the hand of God is not on people and that praying for someone's protection did not keep them safe, I just, I can't deal with you, because that's nothing more than what we saw on Saturday, but a mighty intervention by uh, God Himself. And I think it's because a lot of folks been praying for Mr. Donald J. Trump,
Yep.
and in fact, they had a special prayer. I heard from, I believe it was Heather Moore, Congressman Barry Moore's wife at Enterprise. I believe I saw a text she was in to where that morning, Saturday morning, they had a special across the country. I believe a group of prayer warriors praying for his protection, a special protection on Saturday.
Wow.
And if that ain't protection, I don't know what it is.
We were, I think we'd just been kind of working around the house, and it was late. We're eating, and I get looked down. I get a text from the probate judge, and he don't ever hardly text me. And it said, "Can you believe what's going on?" And I called him. I said, "Man, what are you talking about?" He said, "Turn on your news." And it was right after it happened. I mean, I was just, I don't know. I'm kind of like you, Charlie. I remember where I was. Of course, I wasn't born when John F. Kennedy was killed, but I remember where I was on September the 11th, and that was kind of one of those defining moments there too. Where you
It was.
almost like time stands still. And the thing, you set this picture right here, and this really sums up. An artist did this sometime this week, and it kind of sums up because even Donald Trump himself, and I know Donald Trump has never professed to be a real religious man. He is a believer, but he believes in God. But I'm gonna tell you what now. That was a spiritual experience. It had to be for Donald Trump.
And his whole family. His whole family has been touched by this. You can tell by what has been said during the convention. And, last night, 17-year-old granddaughter knocked it out of the park.
Man, it was unreal. She did a fabulous job. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never been one of a real big convention watcher, but now they've had some pretty good speeches. Most of them have kept it short and simple, and that's kind of what I like to keep my attention. And there's been some really good speaking. And let me say this: I know there's a lot of people out there that do not like, uh, probably don't like Trump's choice for VP. I think he's a great guy. And I will encourage you, if you have never rented, well, you don't even have to rent it if you have Netflix. If you've got Netflix, take the time to watch an hour and 50-minute movie entitled Hillbilly Elegy. And it is in real life story of J.D. Vance and where he came from. I'm talking about beyond the bottom of poorness in Appalachia and Ohio, and a mother that was strung out and raised by a grandmother that was tough as nails. And man, if you've not watched it, I want to encourage you. You can get it on Netflix called Hillbilly Elegy, or you can read the book. But man, you talk about the character building of a man, a boy that can come from that and now be on the ticket to be the vice president of the United States. That's what this country is about. That's what that flag. That's why it makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck every time I think about all those men and women and that have given their life to protect our freedoms here. I had the honor this week in a hospital room to stand by the last living World War II veteran, Mr. Buren Mock. He's going to be 98 years old this year. 98 years old and still driving, still going. And I thought about the man last night that spoke. This 98 years old that was a World War II vet, greatest generation. And hey, I know we got a lot of problems. I know we got a lot of problems, and I don't say this from an arrogant point of view, but I still believe with all that I am that we live in the greatest country on the face of the planet.
Absolutely, Martin. That's why everybody wants to come here. That's why everybody wants to. Nobody's leaving this country, fleeing to Venezuela or fleeing to Cuba or to Iran or to Afghanistan. Everybody wants to come here. It's what the deal is, and it was the hand of God. In fact, the providence hand of God that created this country. All three of us know that, and any Christian believer knows that. If you believe in Christianity or in the act of God, you have to believe that. But it's going to be interesting to see the contrast between all of these speakers that have come on to the Trump stage. Every one of them is passionate, and every one of them told nothing but the truth, the 100% honest truth. Every one of them spoke. They spoke. They didn't stammer. They didn't stutter. They knew what they were there to talk about. They delivered their message because they believed in it. I want to see the contrast, and I'm going to watch it as long as I can. That Democrat convention, when them fools gather, when they gather up and see what they talk about, see what they profess, and see what they're promising. And when you get a group of people like that together, which I heard Joe Biden talk about, he's spewing all kind of information all over the place everywhere about young children. More children are killed by guns in America than anything else that kills them. He's wrong. He's lying. Abortion kills more children than guns kill children, Joe.
Exactly.
Why don't you look that up, Joe, and check it out?
You're right. Let me while you got that, let me see if I can pull it up here. I thought this was a great an analogy on here today. Someone posted, I won't tell you who it was, and here's what he posted. He said, as many of you know, I was not particularly a big fan of J.D. Vance for VP, but Delaware Senator Chris Coons kind of brought it home to me a few minutes ago during an interview with Wolf Blitzer. Coons labeled Vance as an inexperienced anti-abortion zealot. And then he goes on to say, well, that sounds a lot like me.
That's right. Yep.
Hey,
you got to stand up.
Matt Bracelet said, I didn't know this. Hulk Hogan speaking a little bit later tonight.
Yeah.
So I know that some of you got your TV on. President Trump doesn't speak until 10 o'clock Eastern time, 9 o'clock Central time will be the time on that. We were kind of a little worried about that. But yeah, Hulk Hogan will be speaking tonight. Hey, let me reference something here that Kenneth Holt said about the sumo wrestler. Let me give you the little lay behind on that. Last night, I started a brand new series on my Wednesday night Bible study, a spiritual warfare by Dr. David Jeremiah. We're going to be talking about spiritual warfare. What better week could we have started that than the week after the president almost is assassinated? Anyway, the passage of scripture that we start with was that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities. And I was defining in there, Jeremiah was defining the word wrestle. And we were talking about wrestling and being a wrestler and all that. And of course, you know me, I like to embellish a little bit. I told him, I said, in a former life, I was actually a wrestler myself. One of the men in the church didn't miss a beat, and he said, what, a sumo wrestler?
Well, that's unnecessary. I'm telling you, that was totally unnecessary.
I know.
Brother was or sister, but that was totally unnecessary. And I'm hurt by that. I really am.
You wouldn't have done that, would you?
No, I would not have done it.
Well, from what I heard, once upon a time, there was a fundraiser over there, and Marvin, a wrestler, wanted to body slam him. Mm-hmm. And he ended up with a double hernia trying to body slam Marvin. So I
saw it. I witnessed it. He couldn't pick him up. He couldn't pick Marvin up. And Marvin had a cowboy hat on, had him on a big white cow. He never lost his hat the whole time. The man just kind of rolled him out on the canvas there.
One of John Wayne moments.
That poor boy's got a slung disc in his back to this day.
He sure is.
We got to pay some bills. Charlie, talk about Sawega Meat Company for just a minute.
Not one, but 2 locations to serve you. And all you got to do, folks, is go to their Facebook page and see the testimonials that are coming in from both Georgia folks and Alabama folks getting fine meat. I'm talking about locally produced beef. You can get it at Sawega Meat Company, located on Highway 27 between Colquitt and Blakely, about halfway actually, and then on 431 in Headland, Alabama, right there on US 431. Sawega Meats, whether it's ribeye, whether it's a New York strip, a filet, T-bone, great ground beef, locally produced, plus great sausage and other meats, you'll find it all at Sawega Meats. And they also sell products from Working Cows Dairy at the Headland location.
Floyd, a while ago when you mentioned the Democratic National Convention, I don't know if I told you this or not, but the week that it'll be broadcast, I have conveniently scheduled a root canal and hemorrhoidectomy with no anesthesia.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to be looking for a string to stick up my Tomcat's rear end while it's going on.
In the trunk of your car.
Yeah. Oh, I got me a new cat. He showed up here, I don't know, a month or so ago. Big old long. He's just a yearling cat. Got a tail, man. He got a tail as long as Reverend Pencil Johnson's zipper. Got a long old tail. He's orange and white, and I named him Boll Weevil. They said, why you name him Boll Weevil? That man at the veterinary clinic when I had him to get him neutralized. He said, why you name him Boll Weevil? I said, because he was looking for a home. I said, he ain't left. He ain't left since I had him nuclearized up there. So He's gonna make me a good yard cat. He already knows his name, Bowie.
You still have Marvin?
No, Marvin passed.
Marvin passed.
Marvin passed. I got Bubba, I got Fluffy, and got Bo Weevil. And
Okay.
they all just showed up here at the house. You know, that's what you do. The Lord sends you things. He expects you to see after them. He trusts you and trusts you with those things.
That's right.
Animals. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you mean to an animal, if you mean to any kind of animal, I ain't got no use for you. If you're a dog fighter, you one of the lowest forms of humanity that ever has drawed a breath. Take it from me. And if you don't like it, if you got issues with that, call me. We'll talk about it.
Oh, Charlie, I got this picture that you sent me this morning. You said this
That
was this morning.
6:20 this morning, y'all. 6:20 this morning. We'd had a good rain, about I say a good rain, 3/10 of an inch of rain, and that was looking out over the pasture. There's
Wow.
a fence in the background. It just came straight down, looked like in the pasture.
Wow.
It's been raining around. We got some big rain. We got some big rain around last night in some places up in Baker County, up north of us a little bit there. I mean, some big rain came up there. We got a good rain Monday night here. We got 2 inches Monday night. We
Good
got
deal.
fantastic rain. Sure did. Gucci got a rain on everything that he grows. Every field he's got a good rain on it. He was a happy man. But that was what a blessing. Thank you, Lord.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, thank you, Lord. Hey, y'all feel free to put on there how much rain y'all gotten in the last week or so. Hey, Charlie, I sent this to Billy or Floyd the other day. I think I might have sent it to you too. But on July the 11th, it was a stockyard out west. 92 head of steers, average weight 903 pounds a head, brought 250.10 on the hoof, average per head of a 900-pound steer, $2,259.06.
Come
I'd
on,
love to have about 1,000 for me and Floyd to be loading up right now.
man, please. That's the only bright spot in agriculture, ladies.
The only one.
The only one. Ain't no one nowhere else. Nowhere else.
No.
Y'all look who's just joined us up there on the right. Do you see?
Who?
ATC, my man.
Barry Hill right there, the man
All right.
and the legend.
I tell you, I want to give you a shout out. TC lost his father last week. He was 93 years old. He had been in declining health. He was at home. TC was doing everything he could do to see after him and take care of him. And I want y'all to remember that that's one of the commandments. You know, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long in the land that the Lord thy God hath given thee. So that's an obligation you have. See after your mom and daddy. See after them. Check on them. Call them if you can't do nothing else. Call them, tell them you love them, tell them you appreciate them, raising you like it is. But TC, our hearts go out to you, man. I know it's always hard to give them up. Someday, but they, hey, there's a time for everything. There's a season for everything, and that was one of them. The time had come, and I tell people a lot of times. I kind of jokingly tell people, about. I'll stop and give me some gas. I'll get gas out of the other place where you pump it and go in there and pay them for local owned gas station down there. I put $40 worth in. They said, Floyd, you ain't gonna put for 40. Once you fill it up, I said, man, I'm 77 years old. He said, you think I'm gonna leave somebody half a tank of gas?
Some lady told me one time that she says she don't even buy green bananas no more.
That's right. But anyway, they know it was just, we were just laughing. We were just joking, having a big time. I'll tell you what, if you can't laugh, you better laugh every chance you get. Better laugh every chance you get. Okay, days, find you some humor somewhere in your life, because Lord knows there's gonna be enough sadness.
I want to bring something up, TC. We appreciate you. We appreciate you so much being a part of this on Thursday nights with us, and I'm looking forward to seeing you, meeting you, hopefully soon. Talk about the farmers. One other thing I want to bring up, because this is something I learned over the last few weeks. I like to buy a deal, and I have learned that buying a deal on canned items might not be a deal after all. Bought a one store's brand name of peaches, Canned peaches. We all like those, you know. Of course, I've been getting some out of Chilton County. Fresh is real good, but this is just in grocery buying that I've done, say, in the last 6 months. And I saw an article, and I pulled a can out of the cabinet, out of the pantry, and it was a store brand name, not a Del Monte or a good name brand. You know where the peaches come from?
Where?
Chile,
Greece.
Greece. They grow
Eh,
them in.
eh,
Oh,
Wait a minute. Here's the kicker, Floyd. Listen, Floyd. We're gonna have to carry these here reading glasses to the store with us from now on. Cause right, they may try to poison me, but I don't give a rip. Nothing but the truth. The little grocery store up here in Headland. I was in there this week, shop with them every week, and I just looked at their store brand peaches. Just looking. Guess where they come from?
that's all they don't tell.
He done froze up on us, I
He's
think.
froze up on us. He's hung up.
Yeah.
There's no telling what this stuff comes. We don't know what we're eating. I saw a pic. I saw it on the internet. You might have seen it, Marvin. That West Cleveland from up in Blakely sent it. He's got a son. He's got a son, and they were in Applebee's 6 months ago, eating at Applebee's, and his son had some little chicken nuggets left over that he didn't eat. They put them in a styrofoam box. They sat in a pickup truck under his carport for 6 months. That truck didn't move for 6 months. They sat in there for 6 months. He said he opened the box up and he took a picture of it and put it on Facebook. He took it looked exactly like he said they looked exactly like they did when they served them. He said they didn't smell. He said I didn't taste one of them. He said, but little chicken nuggets looked exactly like they did the day we bought 6 months ago, sitting in a pickup truck under a carport.
And you know that you couldn't do that without some preservatives in
You
it, don't
got some preservatives. They poisoning us. Where did your peaches come from, Charlie? You froze up on us.
China.
Uh-huh.
you? Lord.
I did not know they growed peaches in China. And what you just say, you know, that they're poisoning us. I'll go you one better than that. Go some of these fast food places. Somebody, right, a friend of mine, I'm gonna call his name. He found part of a Happy Meal left under the seat in his truck, and he knows it had to be a year old.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And the French fries and what was left of the hamburger looked just like they did the day it was bought.
That's right. That's what this guy said. He said it'd been there 6 months in a hot truck, closed
What,
up.
Yeah,
what's old saying in the auction business, Floyd? Every deal ain't a good
Every
deal.
deal ain't a good deal, man. You better know. You know, that's why I like to buy local stuff. You know, I like to go
that's it.
to the Peach Depot and we buy corn and we buy peas and we buy stuff and go out here to Hope Herds and we buy peas and corn and I like to buy local stuff. I like to buy stuff that I can open it up and it's gonna say and if you leave it there long enough in your refrigerator, it's gonna spoil on you in your refrigerator in its whole form. I mean in its raw form. And that's okay. I mean it's been in there too. That means it's going through the process. But you get this stuff that's already processed and canned up and stuck in a bag or something, and you eat that mess, and you have no idea what kind of preservatives or what kind of poisons in that stuff. That's why I think one folks are sick all the time.
What could be safe about eating peaches from China? I mean,
Nothing.
seriously.
Yeah, nothing. Why? Well, yeah. Mm. Hey, while we're talking about local, Floyd, go ahead and tell them about
Oh,
one of our.
one of our local favorites, there she is, right there, ZB Seafood Market right here in Colville, Georgia. The freshest seafood you'll find anywhere in the world comes from right there. She goes down there to the bay, picks it up on Wednesday. She comes back, she puts it in her cooler there on ice. She keeps it there till she sails out on Saturday afternoon, and she's done with it. Fresh seafood, you can never go wrong getting something at Ziggy B. She's not gonna sell you nothing that she ain't gonna eat herself. Y'all go to Ziggy B's. If you want something good, go to Ziggy B's Fresh Seafood Market right there on West Main Street, right by that great big old Ford dealership we got here in Galveston, Georgia. And tell them you heard about it on Charlie Platt, the Dirt Road Sport.
Hey guys, the latest on the news, Newsmax is that they think that Biden's will likely exit the campaign this weekend.
By the weekend. Here's another thing that you might want to think about the exiting thing. A friend of mine, we won't call any names out, but I can back all this up. It's nothing but the truth. There's somebody over in Georgia with some organization, and I failed to get the name of the organization. It's Get Out the Vote for Democrats. Got the text today, and the text was from the office of guess who?
Stafford Bishop.
No. Want to know if he was going to be voting in the Democratic. If y'all got a primary coming up,
We done had our primary.
okay, general election. General election, where you going to vote in the general election,
Yeah.
and where you going to vote Democrat, and guess whose office it was from?
Stacey Abrams.
Mr. Newsom out in California, boy.
Yeah, Gavin.
Gavin.
Yeah.
Won't
Well, he and Stacey Abrams are in together. I mean,
they all did.
Okay.
No, I figured Joe. If Joe's got he's holding. Man, he's holding 4 aces. He's got 4 aces. I figured Joe is gonna hold out because it's gonna take. I figure for $100 million from the Democrat Party that he'll drop out. And see, they've created this. See, that's what they do. They mess up everything they get involved in. If a Democrat's involved in it, you can bet one thing: it is messed up and it is corrupt. That's their motto. But he's gonna hold out for $100 million. And if they don't come up with $100 million, see, Hunter's got to live the rest of his life and smoke.
That's
crack,
right.
Run prostitutes. He's got to do all that. Jill, she's got to be on the cover of Vogue magazine. It's going to take a lot of money for that whole family because too many of them know too much on one another.
Yeah.
You'll have to spread the money out. But I figure about $100 million is about all the Democrat Party can give him. But hey, they created this deal. They created it. It's like if you got a drug addled child and he's 30 years old, he's still living in your house with you, and you are allowing him to do that, and you're enabling him to do that. See, here's what's going to happen. He's going to break you before it's all over with because you're going to have to bail him out of jail about every month. You're going to have to pay off lawyers. You're going to have to pay off everybody that'll take a bribe. You got to keep him out of trouble, and he's going to break you, and then all of y'all's going to be in the road. So that's right. With the Democrat Party. See, they have enabled a Joe Biden, who is a total incompetent buffoon. They created him and they enabled him. Now they are stuck with him. And they all going to go down together. Yep. That's just my opinion.
And the ship has started taking on water.
Ship's taking on water. Mm-hmm. They got to bail it. But here's the thing about Joe. See, Joe's so stupid. He's so stupid and such a bully and so belligerent. See, he ain't gonna take no advice from nobody. There ain't nobody gonna tell him what to do. Not a Biden.
Yeah. And hey, here's the other thing too. If he drops out, they won't have a choice but to put Kamala in, because if Kamala's not the candidate, they lose the hundreds of millions of dollars in the campaign war chest, and they got to start from scratch raising money.
See, money's what motivates them. That's the only money and power. That's the only thing that motivates them. Doing the right thing that is not in the Democrats' platform. I remember several years ago they was having a convention, and they was having to put something about the creator in the platform, believing in it. They went to booing at the convention. Do y'all remember when they were doing that?
Oh yeah.
You remember that? They went to booing, and I said, "That's them." Hey, if it ain't worshiping at the altar of abortion, illegal immigration, illegal aliens, and defunding the police, they are not interested.
Hey, speaking about one of our rights that we do still have, and we appreciate our Second Amendment right, we want you to go visit our friends at the Holstered 9 and Phillips Auto Parts in Colquitt, Georgia. Holstered 9. Any kind of firearm you want to get. Any kind of firearm you want. I saw on their Facebook page the other day, Floyd, they had an assault 12-gauge shotgun with a drum that you could put like 50 rounds of 12-gauge buckshot in.
Ooh. We all need to. Everybody needs every honest person in America needs one of them. So
Yes, sir.
let me tell you, when they come after you, they're gonna come at you with all the force they got. But that ought to get some attention right there. Now that's like
Hey,
a shotgun Tommy gun.
That's exactly what it is. All your firearm needs, your ammunition needs, your hunting gear, anything. Hey, fall's coming. It's going to be hunting season, bow season. Before you know it, right there at the Holster 9, they can put you in business. And then right across the road, right across the way, is the Phillips Auto Parts. Auto parts for any need that you have, whether it's your personal, whether it's your business or your farm needs, they can supply anything. They have a little nice gift shop in there, and they also sell the rabbit pellet grills with the Floyd B. Lloyd flavored rabbit pellets to go in those. That's our friends at Phillips Auto Parts and the Holstered 9 right on Highway 27 in Colquitt, Georgia. Tell them you heard about them on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And
Hey,
now, go ahead.
Marvin, let me do this. Let me put a little tag on that, as they say in the TV radio business. Let me tag that commercial with a holster down. If the Secret Service cannot protect a former president in a situation like we saw this weekend, do you expect the government to protect you? Think about that if you're sitting around the house with no protection. Second Amendment rights. Go ahead.
Hey, guys, it's time for the trivia time here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, brought to us by our good friends and family at Southern Hissy Fits on the Square in Colquitt, Georgia. There's the numbers. You can reach them at right there, or you can email them any embroidery, T-shirt, logo design, personalized T-shirts, raincoats, caps, anything you need personalized or embroidered with your logo on it. That's the place to go. Southern Hissy Fits on the Square. They got all kind of gifts and unique little items. Go by and see them. Tell them you heard about them on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And the winner tonight of our Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show trivia time will receive compliments of Southern Hissy Fits, none other than a logo Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show car tag. Car tag. Now, I need to clarify what I'm about to do here. 229-254-5060. I was listening to give them. I didn't remember my own phone number there. I was listening to give them Floyd. 254-5060 is the number. Now, this is going to be one of those hair trigger trivia questions. I'm going to throw a photo up, and you got to identify who the person is. And again, the first person that text 229-254-5060, the correct name of the person in this photograph and your name, you will be the winner tonight. You're going to have to do it in a hurry. You got to be on a hair trigger. You need to be standing ready right now. I'm about to throw it up. Who is this?
Not the name of the song. Hold on, I'm a coming. That's hold on.
TC TC done hit it over his head.
TC hit it. He hit it right there. He's the
winner. He had all the numbers except the last one dialed already.
On go. I had two just come in right then. I had one that said Donald Trump, and the other one said Joe Biden. So Joe Biden is the correct answer. I told you had to be hair trigger. TC Bearhill was sitting there with his phone. I mean, he was ready to roll, and he knew it right then. Let's throw that back up there one more time for our viewers right there so you can see. That is your current president right now, Joseph R. Biden. I don't know what's going on behind that, but anyway.
I tell you what, clean up on the steps.
Yeah.
They have the media has protected that man, but still they didn't do as good a job as Eleanor did on President Roosevelt. She had the media in her pocket and his pocket because the fact that he was paralyzed. How long was that covered up, Floyd? Do you remember?
It was just about all the way to the end. I mean, his sons would hold him up, and he would give speeches, and he didn't want to be seen as an invalid. But
That's right.
he wrote it out. They wrote that thing out. I mean, he was a what? He was a 3-term president, a 4-term president. He wrote that thing out to the end. I'm telling you.
I think the stairs on that airplane has about hurt Joe Biden as much as the debate did, if you want to know the truth. Because how many times in the last 3.5 years, and how many times in the last 2 weeks have we seen him
Hmm.
slipping going up or coming out the backside of the plane and just freeze and look like, where am I?
Yep.
What's going on? They have not managed him as well as they could have in his situation.
And let me say this. I want to say this because I need to get this off my chest. I honestly, and I do not in any stretch of the measure agree with any of the policies that Joe Biden has orchestrated, that he signed off on, that he's put in. But I will tell you this from a humanistic perspective, I feel sorry for the man
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
and I blame his wife and son for everything that is transpiring right now. They should have had enough compassion and enough common sense to say, "Hey, this dog ain't hunting anymore. This is not. He is declining. He's doing it quick, and not only for him, but for the sake of the American people. We need to do something about it. But they're too prideful, and they are too attached to money and power, as you said, Floyd. They don't want to give it up.
Mm.
They don't want to
See,
give
and
it
he
up.
doesn't know. See, he doesn't know. He doesn't know the difference. That's what the deal is. He doesn't know. He doesn't understand that he's making mistakes and blunders. And then he'll get angry. He'll get riled up with people if they ask him the wrong question. But he doesn't understand. He doesn't know. It's elder abuse. Just to tell you
That's
that,
yeah.
hit it right
elder
on the
abuse.
head.
We go to jail for doing that
I
right there.
honestly believe this. I honestly believe this. Could they have put Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Dianne Feinstein on life support? They would have rolled them into the Capitol and into the Supreme Court chambers on
Mhm.
life.
On life support. That's right.
I
Exactly.
blame. I'm like Marvin. I blame Dr. Jill and let
Mhm.
me snort another line, Hunter. But I also blame the Democratic Party
Yeah.
because they have pulled this off. And anybody, I said it last week, I'm gonna say it even stronger. I know some Democrats right within a 20-mile area that have kind of laughed at what happened to Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I know some Democrats that still they big Biden, anybody supporters, anything for the precious Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're one of those, you are not my friend.
Hey, my friend,
I,
look.
I don't want nothing to do with you. And if I know your business, if you're a business owner,
Ain't gonna do no
and
business.
I ain't gonna do no business with you
Ain't
as
gonna
long
do
as
no
I
business.
live.
And the latest deal they're coming up with now, Charlie, is like he faked the whole thing. I mean, that's what they live on. They live on falsehoods. The Democrat Party live. Everything's fake. There's nothing real in the Democrat
No,
Party. Everything is contrived and is fake. And so now, and that's what these people do. They blame. They accuse other people of doing what they're doing. All this was contrived with Trump. That bullet who knows? It might not even been a shot. Anything. That's ketchup he put up there on the side. And they say, why come he won't take the bandage off so we can see his ear? Well, you saw the ear when he stood up and when he was pumping his fist. You saw the blood running down his face out of his ear. Well, that could have been anything. That could have been ketchup. Yeah. This is how ruthless these people are. The truth matters none to them. You
what
cannot
about
argue with a Democrat with the truth, with facts. You can't do it.
Let me
what
ask
about
you, Floyd. Let's say,
the patriot fireman that lost his life?
Yeah.
yeah.
The family lost him, and yet that family is so much of character that the wife released the next morning that her husband had died a hero,
Died a hero.
saving his family. And it just, and they've ignored it. They've tried to turn it around and look other.
Nowhere on MSNBC has there been any coverage about that man.
No, they don't talk about it. It's
No,
like it don't exist. No, it's inconvenient for
And let
them.
me ask you this. I heard someone saying that it was staged. Well, let me
Yeah.
ask you this, Floyd. Would you have allowed a 20-year-old that could not make the rifle team at high school to say, all right, we're gonna stage this. I want you to let it just graze by my ear.
You just turn your head. I'm gonna turn my head just right, and you're gonna graze it right by my ear. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. See, you can't argue with them with facts. You cannot do it. And that's why there's no need. Do not. Let me tell you something. If y'all listen to this show, I know what you're made out of. I know you're conservatives. I know you've got some sense. Never ever get in an argument with a Democrat because facts do
Amen.
not matter. Walk off and leave them and say, "Man, keep rolling, baby. You keep believing just what you believe in, and I'm gonna believe what I believe." But I ain't got time for this. I got a string. I got to stick up a cat's butt. Uh, he's
You
more
can
important than sitting here listening to you.
you can't fix stupid. You cannot fix stupid. That's the
And
bottom line.
what's the other one you always say, Floyd? You can't match wits with an idiot.
Can't
And,
mess with him.
and here's another one.
Never argue with him because people looking, they looking on. When you leave, he's still gonna be an idiot. And the people looking on, seeing y'all argue, is gonna have trouble figuring out which one's the idiot. Don't
Never,
argue with
never argue with an idiot because someone looking on will not be able to tell the difference.
him. And they're gonna still be an idiot when you leave. So
Yeah, you hit it right on the head.
that's them
That's
old time sayers. That's one of the old. My daddy's old time sayers. TK's Bar and Grill, one of my favorite places. Me and Nadine, in fact, 2 nights in a row we've done this. We've gone out there and got those catfish fillets with those good
Mm.
home fried potatoes that they cook. Had them a good crowd in there, good place to go gather, good place to have you a good meal, a good steak, a good seafood, good sandwich, whatever you want. Go in there, sit down in there and enjoy yourself. They got a nice little bar area there. You can sit down there and have your little libation if you want one. Sit back there in the dining area. Nice, clean, everything great, everything good ambiance, good atmosphere, good friendly people. Local people own it and run it. They work there. They cook there. They run it. TK's Bar and Grill. Good food. You cannot go wrong. Right there on North Cuthbert Street, just as you're going out of Cockle, Georgia, on Highway 45. Look over to your left as you leaving town out there, and you'll see it sitting right there. Get you something good to eat right there at TK's Bar and Grill.
Hey, boys, do y'all mind talking about something real quick? I'll be right back.
Yeah, we'd be glad to talk about it. Marvin, you go ahead and help yourself. Go wind you. I wanted Marvin to go on to wind his watch. What you think, Johnny? That's what he's going to do.
Well, I don't know. I think he's got one of them electronic watches. I,
I'll tell you what, while Marvin's gone, I do want to talk about something.
okay.
I've been on with Verizon internet, and ever since I had the internet, been on with Verizon and cell phone service. It's too expensive for me, Charlie. It's very, very expensive for me and Nadine, both of us. It's way under than people my age should be paying. We've got a new internet source here in Colquitt. It's the city of Colquitt put it in, and I don't know enough about it to tell you. When Marvin comes back, I'm gonna let him give y'all the dynamics of it and the all of what you need to know. But it's an internet system, and we got to put up a big tower right in downtown, right off the square in Colquitt, Georgia. And I call those guys. I know one of them real good. That he's Cody that runs our show when Marvin's not able to be here. Called him. I said, "Man, I want to get on. I want to talk to you about that Colquitt internet." He said when we get up and running, said I'll come see you. And said we'll talk to you. Well, he called me the other day, and he said, we ready, so I want to come out here and let's set you up. And I said, man, that'd be great. Local people now, how many times have you called a technician, an internet technician, and you get somebody in Pakistan, and you try to talk to them? You try that with Verizon or try that with Dish Network. Anyway, I said, y'all come out here. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm on it tonight. And Marvin says I got the strongest signal I've ever had since I've been on. I'm on, it's quick, it's good. We have local people and the internet service. Marvin, I was just telling Charlie about our internet service. I wish you would tell a little bit about it. And I'm very pleased with it. Let me tell you that. I'm extremely pleased with it. And I want Marvin to tell you a little bit more about it.
Well, it's called Colquitt Connect. The city of Colquitt has gone in the internet business. Right now, it's broadband. There will be some fiber coming. 99% of the city can be served, and a good bit of the portions of the outlying areas that touch the city in the county can be served. And we just rolled it out, and it is really the latest and greatest not 5G, but the latest and greatest broadband technology, far superior to some of the other carriers out there. And if you live in the city or touch the city and we can get the signal to you, we'd love to serve you. Floyd's a prime example. He signed on as a paying customer and he loves it. And we're going to be offering streaming packages for television and all of that. And all that'll be coming up a little bit later. And here's the thing about it: every bit of that money stays locally, puts people to work, and helps the community. And it's a local enterprise dealing with local people. When something goes wrong or goes south, you're not talking to somebody in Pakistan or wherever. But yeah, Shingler just stitched to T-Mobile. He's got it, but he's not in our service area.
He's in Seminole County.
Yeah.
We're not going to cross over the line into Seminole County. We're not going to be interfering with your service there, Shingler. So you go to T-Mobile. All you want to go ahead to T-Mobile, and when it goes down, call somebody on T-Mobile, and they say your call is very important to us. You stay on the line. You will be someone will be with you shortly, and then they start playing that music.
See, Floyd, don't run our sponsor off. While we talking about Shingler, we had a prime time. Charlie, tell him about him.
I saw a text from our attorney earlier, and it was assassination attempt number 2. Saturday was in Pennsylvania, and the second attempt is somebody done give Uncle Joe the COVID, and that was his definition of assassination attempt number 2.
Could be.
Well,
But that's a sign of a good attorney who has studied, who knows what's going on. Nothing but the truth. If you need an attorney, whether it's to prepare a will, get you out of jail, and everybody's gonna need an attorney for something someday. You're gonna need it. Hopefully, it won't be to get you out of jail, but if you do, whatever the case may be, check him out. He's there to help you. Shingler Law, 229-524-1225. You can't do any better.
And what does Shingler Law translate in the Latin to?
Not guilty.
Not
guilty. That's right.
Yeah, would you believe this, Charlie? I don't know if y'all know this, but Joy Reid is a fool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do you just figure that out?
She said, and I quote that what's his name? Joe Biden getting COVID was the same thing as them shooting at Trump.
So yeah, that's it. That's
Is that the one that's got it's kind of bald headed, got colored
with blonde hair?
Yeah, well,
she had a kind of swoop down. She had a Trump hairdo, basically what she had.
She can't call that no.
She's emulating his hairdo.
She can't call that a natural. That ain't no natural. It's got some peroxide on it.
You see right there what my tech guy put up there when we talked about we couldn't serve Seminole County. He said, "Not yet."
There you go.
An exclamation.
Yeah. Call your T-Mobile.
Hey, Shingler, I promise you, our broadband is nothing like Donaldsonville's broadband. I'm not knocking theirs, but ours, I promise you, ours is far superior. Floyd is
strong. It's strong. I'm telling you, and I'll tell you something else, y'all. I mean, Marvin, on my playing the music at the beginning of the show.
Oh yeah.
Or playing a video. I have real problems on my old with the Verizon with playing a video. When you put a video up there of somebody, it won't do it. It scrambles it all up and everything. Tonight, man, it is crystal clear.
Yeah. It's all the difference in the world in the
it's crystal clear.
Power of the internet. The power of the internet. Hey guys, we got a great sponsor that's been with us for a while. His name is none other than Mr. Kenneth Wayne Garney of KWG Plumbing LLC. He is licensed in the great state of Georgia and he's licensed in the great state of Alabama. He is a master plumber. 229-220 is the correct number for you to call. 229-220-6694. Kenneth Wayne Garney, KWG Plumbing. He'll take care of all your needs in the state of Alabama or the state of Georgia, whether it be residential, commercial, or industrial. Any kind of plumbing, he is able to do it. Floyd, tell him what his motto is.
Kenneth Wayne's motto is, if you ain't flowing, I'm going to get you going.
And
what his motto is.
Joined on the phone right now with Mr. Wayne Garney. Welcome, Mr. Wayne. You all right tonight, my brother?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Glad to be here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good to have you tonight. How's everything been going?
Going good, man. We busy as bees making honey. We working on schools, churches, retail buildings, houses, service calls, you name it, we do it.
Well, I got some pictures here. Looks like the new Rural King bathroom going on in Bainbridge, Georgia there. And then I got a picture. I got two pictures here. The one on the right, that big water line, that was a leak at the local school there, and they called KWG, and he was on the job the next day. I'm talking about with equipment and fixed their leak there. And then the picture on the the left, excuse me. It was done the same day, but here's where this was. This happened at the church where the fishing reverend pastors. They had toilets stopped up.
Oh no.
Wait, say that
You
again.
know, it takes some work. It takes some work. You got to really be doing. You got to be doing a job to stop a toilet up.
My scraper stopped up the line, didn't want me to come over there and fix it for no charge because I'm a member of the church.
That's what you hear.
I said, man, look at here, but we got it going, and look like we're gonna have to do a little more work to it. I think he put a little too much paper down. I don't know what he's been eating, but we're gonna have to clean him out.
He might have been using dish rags or something like that.
Yeah, he's using his socks or something or other to clean up. I'm gonna have to have a talk with him about
that. He's probably the reverend, the fishing reverend, probably flushing fish guts down the toilet.
That's what I was thinking, Floyd.
What? Tell us here about this table of fish that you got here.
Yes, sir. I caught them Saturday down on the Chattahoochee River near Lake Seminole, and man, the heat run me off. The fish was biting, but the heat ran me off. I had to leave them biting at 5 o'clock. I fished from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock, 1 a.m. to 5 p.m., and they were just biting one after another, man. And when I knew I had all them, I said, somebody got to clean all this mess, and it's too hot, so I packed up and got out there. But it was a real good outing that day. And I ran into the Reverend when I was down there, and he told me, he said, Wayne, it's kind of slow out here today.
Yeah. That's why we got you on. That's why we got you on, because you always have a different picture of fish. He always has the same picture of fish every week.
Hey, Wayne, let me ask you this. I was in the bank the other day, and your wife had that picture, and you had them in a wheelbarrow. That's how many fish the man caught. Filled a wheelbarrow, slam full.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was 3/4 of a wheelbarrow slam full, and them two big ones, they weighed 30 pounds a piece.
Nah.
Well, how about some words of wisdom before you leave us tonight?
Yes, sir. From Wayne, keep a smile on your face and help somebody if you can. And Captain Hook wants everybody to know just to draw near to God, because you play with fire, you will get burned.
I see it, brother. God bless you. Have a good week. We'll see you next Thursday night.
Yes, sir. I enjoy it.
Good fella right there. Good fella.
You gotta know it.
Y'all there?
Yeah.
I was waiting on y'all to say something, and y'all kind of was waiting.
It's time. It's my favorite time.
We ain't got the microphone.
Look at him. It's my favorite time of the night coming up right now.
You know what time that is, don't you? Right here. Man, he's watching tonight. I don't know where he's at, if he's in Copper Mountain, Colorado, or if he's in North Georgia, where is that? But Berry Hill Auctioneers. Look at those two extinguished gentlemen right there. None other than T.C. Berryhill himself. Of course, he's the one on the right there, the debonair looking one. And then
you know what it sounded like you said, Marvin?
What?
Extinguished.
I did say extinguished.
Distinguished.
No, I meant extinguished.
Okay.
Anyway, and then Floyd B. Lloyd there. Floyd, I'm assuming, was this, you said this picture was taken in Ohio or somewhere up there?
Dale's Truck Parts, somewhere in Ohio up there. We can go up there and do auctions up there. Big cornfields all around everywhere. Unreal, man. Yeah, I can tell you what. I've lived a life. I've seen some things. But that was in Ohio right there. We'd have a 2-day auction up there, sell that stuff one at a time. And
Berry Hill Auctioneers.
Absolutely one of the best in the world right there. He created his own niche auction company, and he's done quite well. And I'm proud for him. He's one of my.
I don't know if you saw what he put on the comments a while ago. He said, guys. He said, I sold 1,000 lots of good deals last week.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what. You know how you can gauge where an auction is successful or not, and TC will verify this. If they pay you with cash or a good check.
Numbers mean nothing, right?
If they pay you with cash or a good check, you've had a good sale.
Hey, we appreciate our friend, our confidant, our sponsor in exclusivity and perpetuity of Floyd's lists of impossibilities and a whole lot more, Mr. TC Berryhill, and give a big shout out to him tonight. And TC, you in our prayers for the loss of your father, and you will continue to be in our prayers, and we appreciate you. Floyd?
Yeah, man. Hey, we talk about opinions, viewpoints, reflections, and revelation. I got an opinion tonight. This is Floyd's opinion. This is my opinion. And if you agree with it, fine. If you don't, fine. No big deal. Opinion. You can either vote for a man whom after being shot at and hit, raises his fist and defies his enemies. Or you can vote for a man who cannot go 8 hours without having a bowel evacuation in his defense. Either one of them is your choice. And I know a bunch of Democrats. I mean, I ain't no choice. I'm voting for Joe. I don't care. I'll vote Joe. Whoopi Goldberg, she said she'd vote for him. It didn't matter if he crapped in his pants or not. She'd vote for him. Of course she would, because you do the same thing, Whoopi. You just don't know. You like you don't know when you go.
Joy Reid said she would vote for the man if he was in a coma.
You know what? I wonder if she would vote for him, and I wonder if this would be a medical condition that Joe would consider leaving the race if he were embalmed.
Is that formaldehyde I smell?
I wonder if that would be a medical condition that he would agree to. All right, here we go right here. This is I did y'all the opinion on that, so I hope y'all got something out of that. That's my opinion. So here's the impossibility. Roll back a little bit here. Let me get where it's supposed to be. I've done one on Vaccine Waters this last week. This was good I done last week, and it got a lot of. And somebody might have missed this one. I would feel remiss if I didn't repeat this one. Possibility that Hillary Clinton's drawers smells like anything other than boiled rutabagas. I like it. That's funny. Hey, nothing but the truth. Can you imagine what that thing smells? Impossibility that any of Hillary Clinton's drawers does not have a brown stain in them. So let's see your drawers, Hillary. Throw them out on the sidewalk and check them out.
Do you think
the impossibility that you will ever see a 58-story luxury high-rise skyscraper that has a neon sign on it that says Biden Towers? Impossibility that anyone in the mainstream media has got anything right in the last 4 years. Impossibility that there's anything in your home that is more useless than roof gutters unless it's leaf filters.
That's a pretty good one right there.
Gutters and leaf filters. Useless. Impossibility that anyone in Joe Biden's cabinet is qualified enough to pump out porta potties. And an impossibility that Joe Biden can go 8 hours without filling up, without having a bowel evacuation in his defense.
Let me ask this question about Hillary Clinton's drawers. Do you think she shops at Victoria's Secret?
They got that in Victoria's Secret that'll fit her. They ain't got nothing for a wide load like that.
Where do you think their underwear comes from?
They come from China. They come straight out of China. It's straight China. Cotton, 100% cotton. That's all it is. She can put some bleach on them and bleach them out.
Hey, Omar the tent maker may be her underwear somewhere else.
That's right. He may come from Afghanistan.
Oh boy.
Can you imagine? Yes, Taylor and a set of underwear that would set of drawers that would fit fit Hillary. They'd have to come. They'd have to come up under a bosom. They'd have to come up here so they stay up.
How old is Hillary?
She's my age. Hillary's 77 years old.
Wow, hey, Charlie Floyd had a birthday Tuesday. He was
I wished
77 years old.
I wished him a happy birthday.
I was born in a little old hospital here in Concord, Georgia. Dr. Houston's clinic. Ronnie Rentz, his daddy, Dr. Rentz, had just come home from the war and was helping Dr. Houston. He helped deliver me.
Wow.
And we went on home to an unair-conditioned home, to a home. It had running water, but it did not have running hot water. To 3 rooms. It had 3 rooms. It had a little bedroom, living room, and then had a little room on the back there for when Grandma would come stay with us. Then had a little side kitchen over on the side.
Wow.
A little floor. Hey man, I've been around, so I've seen things. What a life, folks. What a life, man.
I see it, man. All right, Charlie. Look what we got next week.
We got rain, folks. We got good chances of rain all the way through today week. And look at these temperatures. I tell you what, I get used to that. 80, 86, 84, nothing in the 90s, really, the next few days, but very good chances of rain. Not raining everywhere. It's going to be hit and miss, but hopefully the hit and miss will get around to everybody. Thanks to Kelly's Crop Insurance for letting us tell you about weather. Always remember when it comes to these thunderstorms that pop up, you don't have to be under the cloud to get hit by lightning. There was today an example. I saw an example of where a lightning bolt they detected by Doppler radar 11 miles away from the source of the lightning, the cloud. 11 miles, you could be out there in the sunshine and think, well, that old cloud's over there. It's over there around Floyd's house, maybe backing up on Marvin. And still, if you're out there in the open and you're the highest thing and lightning strikes, you can be a target real quick. So when you hear that thunder the first time, get yourself to a safe place. Pray for this nation. I mean, we have seen what I would term is a major revival in this nation in a number of ways. A revival starting, if you will. And I just hope it continues. Pray for the safety of Donald J. Trump and pray for this nation. Floyd?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure being with y'all tonight. We love y'all. We enjoy coming on with y'all. Y'all tune in. Old Trump, he's going to be talking in a little bit. I'm anxious to see what he has to say. I know what he's going to have to say. I think I know what's in his heart. Trump has had, he's kind of like Paul on the road to Damascus. If he had any scales on his eyes, I think they have fallen off. And it's always important to know, you should always know what's important in life and what's not. And what happened to Donald Trump last Saturday was nothing but an act of God. It was an act of providence. Y'all know that. And guns don't kill people. Stupid people on the end of a gun is what kills people with a gun. Mm-hmm. And that man that was on that rooftop last Saturday, he was a stupid, confused man on trying to kill a man that has done more for this country than any other president that I know of in the 4 short years that he was in there, and what he had to fight the whole time he was in there. They never let up on him. They never, ever gave him a break. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to exercise your Second Amendment rights, but I want you to have enough sense to know how to use a gun and how to handle a gun. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Be aware of your surroundings at all times. Be vigilant of your surroundings. And always surround yourself with like-minded people. It's like we were talking about earlier, with arguing with an idiot. Don't ever argue with an idiot, because you cannot win with facts. And that's, we see that daily in the news media with these Democrats that come on. That facts mean nothing to them. They create their own facts. And tonight, when you lay down and put your head on that pillow, you start going to sleep. First thing you need to do is pray. You need to pray, and you need to thank God for everything that He has done for you today. Say it out loud. Talk to Him. Tell Him, and pray for Donald J. Trump. Pray for Trump. Pray for this nation. And you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thanking Him. Good night, y'all.
Guys, we do love you. Appreciate you joining us each and every Thursday night. We appreciate all of our sponsors, the Holster 9, Sawega Meat Company, Ziggy B, Shingler Law, PK's Bar and Grill, Southern Hissy Fits, KWG Plumbing, and Berry Hill Auctioneers. We appreciate each and every one of you for supporting our show here. And when you stop by and see those sponsors, tell them you appreciate them sponsoring Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Guys, we you know what I'm gonna tell you, Sunday's coming. If you can, go to church, give the Lord His due, and worship Him. Here's our scripture for the week, coming from the book of 3 John. Dear friend, do not imitate what is evil, but what is good. Anyone who does what is good is from God. Anyone who does what is evil has not seen God. Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise, we're going to be right back here next week, same place, same time, for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, you know what I'm going to tell you. No matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, no matter who you're with or where you're going, always be particular. Good night, guys. We love you. Watch the Democratic, not Democratic. Lord.
Whoa.
Oh, hey, Marco.
Get the rewind on that. Watch the Republican convention tonight and watch our next president speak. We love y'all. Good night.